Good morning. This is the voting hearing before the licensing board for the city of Boston. Today is Thursday, February 2nd, 2023. While the public is encouraged to attend, there will be no additional testimony accepted this morning. Begin with the license premise inspection hearing, which occurred on Tuesday, January 31st, 2023. Beginning with item number 1, the Boston Leco Corp. Doing business as Legacy Boston, located at 71 to 79 Warrenton Street, dated the incident August 7th, 2022. Patron on staff assault and battery in violation of Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 64, and Chapter 265, Section 13A.
Thanks, Danny. I see no violation on the part of the licensee here.
I agree.
No violation. Item number 2, BDGA LLC, located at 69 Canal Street. Date of the incident, October 1st, 2022. Staff on patron assault and battery in violation of Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 64, and Chapter 265, Section 13A.
The patron was, in my estimation, drunk based on his testimony and what I could see in the video. I don't think he was in the right state of mind. The victim's testimony was that he was being harassed and was going to submit video to support that. But that being said, we didn't receive the video. Despite his actions, I don't think the staff acted appropriately. They should not have responded with physical force. I do think the patron was clearly agitating the doorman, but it's still not an appropriate reaction. So I see a violation on the part of the staff in this instance.
I saw a violation. I also want to note that if you watch the video provided by Bodega Canal, you can actually see the kick that was alleged by the victim. And also, my sense of the video was that I think the doorman knew when the victim went out of camera view, and that's why he went after him in that manner. I thought it was reminiscent of another incident we saw, because I'm pretty sure I saw another person who worked there kind of being told that the doorman turned to him and said something, and I found it quite disturbing, and I definitely saw a violation. But I wanted to note that as far as the video we did get, it corroborated the victim's statement that he was kicked in the crotch, actually.
So my vote is for a violation, and I would vote for a written warning.
I would vote for a suspension on this one. They have a history of this. I actually have a specific recollection of a previous incident. I know it was some time ago, but I think given the nature of the incident, I feel like not enough time has passed that there's no connection between them. The previous incident was similar in the fact that when we went to hearing the premises and the testimony sought to minimize what had happened, and I found it concerning enough that I think the suspension is warranted here.
I don't have that history. Danny, do you have that history in front of you?
Yeah, I'm pulling it up right now. There was one moment, there was an employee on patron assault and battery with serious bodily injury back in 2019, where they did receive a warning.
I recall it very, very clearly. It was a serious incident. Remember some of the details. It had something to do with the Scorpion Bowl, where that was it was alleged that the victim was, basically causing mayhem. And when we got the video, it wasn't the case.
What was the month on that? It was 2019?
It's 2019, that's correct. The incident itself occurred in December of 2018, and the hearing before this board was in February of 2019.
It's definitely a long time ago, but
was it a different board?
Was it like before you?
Was I the chair?
Yes, in 2019, I believe so.
Yeah, I think I was.
I don't know how much you deliberated on this one. I think you might have been like coming on. I
don't recall this one. I was definitely not there for the underlying incident.
Yeah. Um,
I'm not prepared for suspension. If you would like to hold this until next week so we could review the history, that's okay, but my vote is still for a warning.
yeah. Um, you know, I think being the two of us and we just default to the warning, no?
Yeah, I think it's a
We're not
split.
in agreement, I don't know how that works.
You know what, Commissioner Curran, if you would agree, I would vote for a second warning, but I would ask that, in light of the fact that we have more information, in the last couple of weeks last couple of months about how these things can escalate in video. It appeared that they went off video, in your estimation on purpose. We could ask for an additional security and operations plan and a retraining of staff to address those specific things.
Yeah, I mean, I think I don't want to be like an impasse here. Just my sense was that with the previous incident, and I know it was some time ago, but with like an overcrowding, like it's like a year or something, but like with more serious incidents, I think we can reach back further into the past. But I'm not trying to hold up anything here. If we're not in agreement, I think that we would default lesser.
I would have to look, yeah, I still vote for a second warning, especially when it's a specific staff member. And I don't know if,
Yeah, see, the previous one, it was multiple staff members as well, which is why I was so concerned with the involvement of the other employee in this case.
okay,
What I saw. So, like I'm just raising like what I saw and what my concerns are, what my recollection was of the previous one. But I think the right course of action here is just to go with, like you said, the second warning and the request.
split vote, yeah, split vote, second warning.
So Commissioner Curran, your vote is still for a suspension?
My vote is for the second warning to move this along, since we would have had a split vote and
Okay.
us here.
So second warning and a request for updated plans. Did I hear that as well, or is that not part of it?
I think that's important, especially considering the assault.
Yeah, and we've done this before, training as far as like de-escalation, stuff like that. I mean,
Yes,
this went on for a long time, and I don't think that the victim was being any kind of angel, but when that's happening, the solution is to, if you don't leave, we're going to call the police. And like what they really should have done to cover themselves is not let the guy hang out for 15 minutes getting right in his face. They should have called the police probably 5 or 10 minutes earlier.
Thank you. And I do see that we've been joined by Commissioner Saxon, but I know she was having technical difficulties. I don't know if she did participate.
I certainly was having technical difficulties, but can you hear me now?
We can hear you.
Okay, so yeah, I actually do not remember the previous incident that Liam is talking about. So either a second warning or maybe just something in abeyance. Like if there is, if we go back into the records and something, and we can all confirm and remember that previous incident, maybe it's something in abeyance, like a suspension in abeyance.
I still think with the progressive discipline we have, in my opinion, is that it should be a second warning.
And that's fine. That's fine.
I think we've all come to the same place.
Thank you.
So just to make sure, the vote is for a second warning, and the board will request an updated security and operations plan that with a specific attention paid to de-escalation of incidents.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes. Yes.
Great. Thank you. Item number 3, Summers Boston Restaurants, Inc., doing business as Hennessy's of Boston, located at 25 Union Street. Date of the incident, October 2nd, 2022. Patron on patron assault and battery in violation of Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 64, and Chapter 265, Section 13A.
Oh, sorry. This is number 3. I see no violation.
No violation.
I do agree.
Thank you. Chairman, would you like to take items 4 and 5 together or separately?
You can read them in together. I am going to address them separately.
Okay, items 4 and 5, Puente Cleaning Services, Inc., doing business as Villares Columbia, located at 28 Bennington Street in East Boston. Date of the incident is September 25th, 2022. Item number 4 was an assault and battery, owner employee on a police officer in violation of Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 64, and Chapter 265, Section 13D, and failure to disperse patrons in a safe and orderly way in violation of Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 64, And item 5 was an overcrowding, 64 people counted on body worn camera, capacity 49, in violation of Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 64, and Board's Rule 1.03J and 1.06A and F.
Thank you. I'm just going to note for the record, this is a licensee that the board and the entertainment division have been working closely with for the last 6 months. I reviewed the videos, and as far as the assault and battery owner and employee on a police officer, I see no violation. A hand was placed on the shoulder. I don't think it came up to the level of a violation there.
As far as a violation for us, I felt the same way. I would have liked to have seen it written up as a failure to cooperate. I think really that's what was happening here. I think the employee didn't want certain things to happen, and he didn't want to give the police free rein here. So if it had been written up at that, I think I might have been more likely to find a violation. But on this one, for our purposes, I didn't think it was, like you said, it didn't rise to that level.
Right, no violation.
Failure to disperse the patrons in a safe and orderly manner. I believe this failure was not necessarily caused by inaction by the licensee. I think it was caused by the police commotion when they entered, in the manner that the police entered at that moment. So I don't see a violation for that.
Yeah, I just didn't think we had enough that really touched on to the dispersal for our purposes. So I just didn't think we got there. So I was no on that one as well.
No violation.
As far as the overcrowding, I am persuaded that by the testimony of the police that they did do the count and that there was overcrowding. That being, there was overcrowding in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, the evidence to the contrary that it wasn't was pretty thin. I think that they were relying on how it looks. And if you look at the video, the place doesn't look super crowded, but I think that just might be a function of what their set capacity is in relation to their floor space. I think it's probably meant to be, I think the number of people that it's set in there is probably more geared towards a restaurant. That's why in that context, it doesn't look super crowded, like everyone up against each other. But I have a hard time believing that there wasn't at least more than 49 people there. It might not have been all 64, but.
Right, with staff and stuff, that was what I was thinking. I don't know if these police officers were counting staff or the entertainment's entourage and stuff like that, but they should have, but.
Yeah, and we didn't have any testimony from them saying that what their count was, like what they counted the door or we recounted. They just relied on, it doesn't look crowded, but just because it doesn't look crowded doesn't mean you're not over your set point. It matters what your set point is. Looking at the video, it's hard to tell, but in the front, from the front to the back corner of the bar, there's at least 30 people, and I can imagine, I can see people in the back. It's very dark, but it's more likely, for me, it's more likely than not that there was at least one more person than 49. So I saw a violation there.
Yeah, that sounds reasonable. I don't want to start counting on video, but.
And I was going to add, while I do see a violation for overcrowding, I didn't see it as a life safety issue. And because we have been working so closely with this licensee, and the board has seen the licensee take big strides in the direction of compliance, retraining, and operating in a safe manner, my vote would be to hold this in abeyance for 6 months as a way to continue our working relationship with them. Should they have any violation in the next 6 months, my vote would be to suspend the license.
That sounds reasonable. Sounds reasonable.
I can get on board with that. Like I said, it doesn't appear to be crowded. It's definitely not like people on top of each other or anything like that. I think it's just a function of, for whatever reason, how their count was set in the past. I think it with all the tables moved and everything like that, it doesn't appear crowded, but just as a technicality, they were over the number of people that they should have had. So
Okay.
sounds good.
Thank you. And Chairman Joyce, you cut off a little bit at the end. So just to clarify what the vote was here, should the board find a violation within the next 6 months, the vote would be for suspension for what period of time?
For a 1-day suspension?
Yes,
Commissioner Saxon, you're in agreement as well?
Yes, 1-day suspension held in abeyance, yes.
1-day suspension to be held in abeyance for 6 months. Thank you. Item number 6, BHC Corporation General Partner doing business as Club Cafe located at 209 Columbus Ave. Date of the incident, September 23rd, 2022, patron on patron assault and battery in violation of Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 64, and Chapter 265, Section 13A.
Sorry.
I think this was a pretty clear no violation.
Yeah, no violation. Sorry.
Alleged choking that didn't show up on video.
Yes, yeah.
That's correct.
I was wondering why my notes were so thin. Okay.
Yeah, I agree.
Item number 7, Park Avenue Group, Inc. doing business as Cabin Cafe, Cabin House located at 1406 to 1408 Hyde Park Ave in Hyde Park. Date of the incident, October 1st, 2022, assault and battery on premise in violation of Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 64, and Chapter 265, Section 13A.
This was a horrible incident, but in my opinion, I don't think there was anything more the licensee could have done. I don't see any violation.
I think everyone is agreement. It happened very suddenly. There was nothing precursor and there was no violation.
I agree.
Item number 8, LCTV Fort Point LLC doing business as Lolita Cocina and Tequila Bar located at 253 Summer Street. Date of the incident, October 8th, 2022. Patron on patron assault and battery in violation of Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 64, and Chapter 265, Section 13A.
This was not foreseeable. It appeared to be random and out of nowhere. And the staff called the police, so I see no violation.
I agree.
I agree, not foreseeable.
Item number 9, Can't Stop, Won't Stop LLC doing business as Teddy's on the Hill located at 9 Bowden Street. Date of the incident, November 14th, 2022, assault and battery patron on patron inside premise resulting in bodily injury in violation of Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 64, and Chapter 265, Section 13A.
The testimony from both the witness and the licensee was that this happened very fast. Unfortunately, this person was seriously injured, but I don't think there was more that the licensee could have done to prevent this. I don't see a violation.
I saw it the same way.
I agree.
And item number 10, Food House Inc. doing business as Friendship BBQ Alston located at 103 Brighton Ave in Alston. Date of the incident, November 14th, 2022. Blocked fire exit in violation of Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 64, and Board's Rule 1.06A. And premise providing soju, a distilled spirit, in violation of Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 64.
Block fire exit, I see a violation.
Yes.
Do they have history on any blocked fire exits? I don't think so.
Do not believe so. Let me pull it up very quickly. They do not. There is no history of any discipline here.
So I see a written warning.
Yes.
Yes.
As far as the soju, the testimony was that they were relying on the information provided to them by the distributor. I'd like to note for the record, we have already received an application from them to add this to their license. Taking those things together, I don't believe that this was done purposefully, and I don't see a violation.
Yeah, I was surprised to hear that the distributor is not kind of the stopgap in this situation. So, and it's actually something I've said in the past, we could get it through your distributor, that kind of thing. So I'd feel, even if it's a technical violation, I don't think I could vote for one in this case. I don't know what we should do going forward, but yeah,
it's changing all the time. And I think it's hard to keep up with the new information that comes out on this stuff.
Yeah. It seems to me that a distributor shouldn't be sending stuff to a place that doesn't have the right to sell it, but I don't know.
Yeah, I agree. I think the reliance was reasonable.
So on the blocked fire exit violation with a written warning, on the providing distilled spirits in violation of their license, no violation.
Yes.
Thank you. Moving on to the transactional hearing, which occurred yesterday, Wednesday, February 1st, 2023. Item number 1, 280 Friend Street Fee LLC, doing business as Hotel Indigo Boston, located at 280 Friend Street, has petitioned to change the manager of the licensed business to George Vinyl Jr.
Thank you. I believe Mr. Vinyl has the appropriate character and fitness to serve as a manager of record. I vote to approve.
I agree.
I agree.
Item number 2, Azumi LLC, doing business as Zuma, located at 1 through 7 Dalton Street, has petitioned to change the manager of the licensed business to Teddy King.
I believe Ms. King has the appropriate character and fitness to serve as manager of record, and I vote to approve.
I agree.
I agree.
Item number 3, Hersha Hospitality Management LP, doing business as Bullfinch Social at the Boxer Hotel, located at 119 Merrimack Street, has petitioned to change the manager of the licensed business to Fanny Jean Lewis.
I believe Ms. Lewis has the appropriate character and fitness to serve as manager of record, and I vote to approve.
I do as well.
I agree.
Item number 4, GBLL Holdings MA LLC, doing business as Boston Liquors, located at 225 to 227 Cambridge Street in Alston, has petitioned to change the manager of the licensed business to Jamie Villanueva.
I believe Ms. Villanueva has the appropriate character and fitness to serve as manager of record, and I vote to approve.
I agree.
I agree as well.
Item number 5, GBLL Holdings MA LLC, doing business as GoPuff, located at 371 Dorchester Ave in South Boston, has petitioned to change the manager of the licensed business to Christopher Walsh.
I vote to approve Mr. Walsh to serve as manager of record. I believe he has the appropriate character and fitness to serve.
I agree.
I agree as well.
Item number 6, Hollywood Wine and Spirits Inc., located at 212 to 216 Columbia Road in Dorchester, has petitioned to pledge the license to Eastern Bank.
I vote to approve.
I agree.
I agree as well.
Item number 7, 253 Food and Spirit LLC, doing business as Abbey Lane, located at 255 to 257 Tremont Street, has petitioned to change the DBA to Nashville Grill.
I vote to approve.
I agree.
I agree as well.
Item number 8, Mellow Vibes Restaurant LLC, located at 473 River Street in Mattapan, has petitioned to amend the closing hour of their licensed business as follows: Monday through Wednesday, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m., Thursday and Friday, 11 a.m. to 2 a.m., Saturday, 5 p.m. to 2 a.m., Sunday, 10 a.m. to 2 a.m.
I support the extension of the hours and would vote to approve it. I would like the licensee to submit a written security and operations plan for our review.
Sounds good.
That's reasonable.
Granted, with a request for a written security and operations plan submitted to the board. Item number 9, Patina Boss LLC, doing business as Banners Kitchen and Tap and Hub Hall, featuring Momo-san Ramen by Morimoto, located at 80 to 82 Causeway Street, has petitioned to amend the description of the licensed business to 80 to 82 Causeway Street, 4 entrances, 4 exits, Banners Kitchen and Tap, approximately 15,853 square feet on 3 floors, 1 room on each floor with seating for 558, excluding a 405 square foot kitchen on the mezzanine level and 47 square feet of storage space on the 2nd floor. Hub Hall featuring Morimoto Ramen by Momo-san, approximately 8,665 square feet on ground floor, consisting of open dining area and 2 bar areas with seating for 426, 2 seasonal March November patios on private property, midnight closing hour, with seating for 48 and 28 respectively. Board and ABCC approved a management agreement between Patina Boss LLC and Patina Hub LLC.
Thanks, Danny. I vote to approve.
I do as well.
I agree.
Item number 10, Alliance World Corporation, doing business as La Katrina, located at 1620 Commonwealth Ave in Brighton, has petitioned to transfer the license and the location to Bon Bon Inc., doing business as Mamacita, located at 329 Huntington Ave. Bruce B. Sabacru, manager, closing hour 1 a.m.
I vote to approve the transfer and to approve Mr. Sabacru as manager of record. I believe he has the appropriate character and fitness.
I agree.
I agree as well.
Item number 11, Sodexo Operations LLC, doing business as British Airways Terraces Lounge BOS, located at 500 Logan Airport Terminal E in East Boston, has applied for an airport common victualler 7-day all alcoholic beverages license to be exercised on the above. Manager Glenn Rochon, closing time 9 p.m.
I vote to approve.
I agree.
I agree as well.
Item 12, Neighborhood Guy LLC, doing business as Neighborhood Wines, located at 619 Tremont Street, has applied for a retail package store wines and malt beverages license. Spencer Payne, manager, closing time 8 p.m.
I believe the applicant has established the public need for this type of license at this location, so I vote to approve that, and Mr. Payne as the manager of record.
I agree.
I agree as well.
Item 13, Chuck D. Rumrai Mungkong Inc., doing business as Tai Oishi, located at 203 Adams Street in Dorchester, has applied for a common victualler 7-day wines and malt beverages license. Hours of operation, Monday through Saturday, 11:30 a.m. to 10 p.m., Sunday, 12 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. Manager of record, Tarita Charan-Vesyankul.
I vote to approve the manager of record. I believe the manager of record has the appropriate character and fitness. This is a licensee that just opened 4 months ago. I could see how a beer and wine license would be helpful to their operations. Should one become available, my vote would be to approve it.
I agree.
I agree as well.
So granted pending the availability.
Yes.
Item 14, El Punto Restaurant and Lounge LLC, doing business as El Punto Restaurant and Lounge, located at 879 to 881 Blue Hill Ave in Dorchester, has applied for a common victualler 7-day all alcoholic beverages license. Manager Maricel Nieves Allende, closing time 2 a.m.
I believe they approved the public need for this type of restaurant at this location. My vote would be to approve it pending the availability. I would also approve the manager of record. I believe she has the appropriate character and fitness to serve.
I agree.
I agree as well.
Thank you. Moving on to non-hearing transactions. The following are applying for a new common victualler license at a previously licensed location. Item 1, HMC Restaurant Group LLC, doing business as VV Bubble Tea Tremont, located at 230 to 230A Tremont Street. Manager of record, Kwang Han Chan. Hours of operation, 11 a.m. to 11 p.m.
I vote to approve.
I vote to approve.
I agree.
Item 2, Flavor Boom LLC, doing business as Flavor Boom, located at 155 Milk Street. Jose Gomez, manager of record. Hours of operation, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m.
I vote to approve.
I agree.
I agree as well.
Item number 3, Sister Markets Inc., doing business as DeLuca's Market, located at 11 Charles Street. Caroline Aiello, manager of record. Hours of operation, 7 a.m. to 10 p.m.
I vote to approve.
I agree.
I agree as well.
Item 4, Wuxi LLC, doing business as Beijing Cafe, located at 728 Commonwealth Ave. Tao Rong, manager of record. Hours of operation, 10 a.m. to 11 p.m.
I vote to approve.
I agree.
I agree as well.
Item 5, Boston Bread LLC, doing business as Panera Bread, located at 75 Francis Street. Mike Hammer, manager of record, 24 hours.
I vote to approve.
I agree.
I agree as well.
Item number 6, Gotra Brothers LLC, doing business as Big Daddy's Pizza, located at 436 Western Ave in Brighton. Diljit Singh, manager of record. Hours of operation, Sunday through Wednesday, 10:30 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. Thursday through Saturday, 10:30 a.m. to 9:30 p.m.
I vote to approve.
I agree.
I agree as well.
And item number 7, Cocoa Coffee LLC, doing business as Cocoa Coffee, located at 87 L Street in South Boston. Nafisa Sheta, manager of record. Hours of operation, 7 a.m. to 9 p.m.
I vote to approve.
I agree.
I agree as well.
Following is applied to make changes to their existing common victualler license. 101 Federal Street LLC, doing business as Rain, has petitioned to change their DBA to Bespoke.
I vote to approve.
I agree.
I agree as well.
Board has before them a list of special one-day license applications, which have been administratively reviewed by staff and approved by the board. And on old and new business, we have 4 items to vote on. Item number 1, the disposition of this violation was deferred to allow the board to review requested video evidence. Paga Inc., doing business as Icon, located at 100B Warrenton Street. The date of this incident was September 3rd, 2022. assault and battery, employee on patron in violation of Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 64, and Chapter 265, Section 13A.
I would like to note that while I do appreciate the video that was submitted from the licensee, it seemed more like an information dump, a lot of video. Very hard to narrow in on the incident that we were looking at. That being said, I do believe that the testimony of the licensee was credible, that these patrons were play fighting and sort of causing a disturbance in the middle of the dance floor. Beyond that, it was hard for me to make anything else out. So I'm going to turn it over to Commissioner Curran Saxon before I contemplate the disposition.
Yeah, I think where I'm at right now is I don't think we had enough to find a violation there. Maybe if we had a description from them to focus in on, you know, the relevant points of the video, I feel like maybe I'm missing something, but
I agree. No, I agree with you that I just wanted to give you a chance because I know you were looking at the videos too.
yeah, I mean, that's how I felt about it, that there was way too much video without any context. And I do feel like, you know, it's hard to watch all that video and not feel like you might have missed something. So, and there's, you know, there's no timestamps on the video, and I don't know how. Usually security video has a timestamp on it. I don't know what happened there. But I mean, if I had my way about it, I would go back to them and ask them to give us a description. But I mean, that would just be all I could say about it. I mean, as of this moment right here, if we're voting on it now, I don't have enough to find a violation, but I'm not fully at ease with that either. So that's how I feel about it.
Yeah, I mean, there were at least 10 videos or something, and so I tried to find something, but some clarification as to which channel at least to watch would be good.
Yeah.
I still don't think it. I think the testimony was that, you know, this disturbance was caused by these patrons, and that they didn't commit an assault and battery. So I don't think we're going to find more to exonerate them that they're going to provide for us. So my inclination is to vote for no violation here, but ask them to continue to share the video with us as requested, but to give us more context in the future. It's not our job to spend hours going through video looking for evidence of them not causing an assault and battery.
Yeah, I mean, especially,
and that's fine.
Considering the quality of the video as well, too. I tend to agree with you that I don't believe that we're going to get much further on it, but I was unnerved by, you know, I felt the same way, like it was a data dump, you know, without any kind of context. So I think in the future, I think we should tell them in the future we need that context.
Okay.
I do agree with the correspondence, yes.
That's what I was just going to ask. Is this a vote for a no
Yes.
violation with correspondence from the board?
Yeah.
I think that's where we're at, yeah.
Thank you. Item number 2, the board is in receipt of correspondence from Santa's Food Corporation doing business as Rincon Carabeno Restaurant located at 18 Fairmont Ave in Hyde Park, requesting administrative approval to increase the capacity of the licensed premise from 99 to 120. This is the result of a prior alteration of premise. There's been no further construction. This is the number that is reflected on their current inspection certificate from ISD and their place of assembly from the fire department. They've also received approval from the Neighborhood Association and Main Streets for this increased capacity.
I vote to approve.
Sounds good.
I agree.
Item number 3, Premier of Boston LLC doing business as Harpoon Tap Room located at 100 Terminal Road in Logan Airport, Terminal A in East Boston, requesting to serve alcohol on Sundays beginning at 10 a.m.
I vote to approve.
Okay.
I agree.
And item number 4, Toasted Brothers BB LLC doing business as The Friendly Toast located at 35 Stanhope Street, has requested to serve alcohol on Sundays beginning at 10 a.m.
I vote to approve.
I do as well.
I agree.
Thank you very much. Those are all the items before the board today. That will adjourn this morning's voting hearing. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.